more recently after October 7, this idea that you can't even provide context because this is an ally, this is a country that this country is allied with, therefore you can't question anything about what they did, about what they did or what they're doing.
The world began on October the 7th.
It just began. There is no context. Nothing happened before. There was no conflict before. Nothing else matters. And it was very clear that it was unwelcome to have that context. What do you think that's about?
That is about multiple things. I do think there's multiple things going on. I think there is obviously just general political bias, right? Politicians and journalists. I talked to Chris Van Hollen a moment ago about why don't more of his colleagues stand up for Palestinian rights. There's a general political bias that's driven by history and politics, and let's be honest, racism as well, which affects media coverage as well. There is a cowardice from a lot of people who don't want to stick their head above the parapet and speak out.
Kind of the way that journalism reacted to October 7th, to me, was very odd. In some cases, we were talking about Americans being killed. Shireen Abu Akleh, Zateo has a documentary Who Killed Shireen that is, yes, I believe, available now. You can clap for that. Yeah, they're into documentaries too. They don't just do print. I was personally shocked. This is a woman with a U.S. passport. There was I think there were two 17-year-old Palestinian American teenagers, yes, who were killed by the IDF. Silence.
In the West Bank, yes.
So even when it's Americans, or when you had the World Food Kitchen, yes, workers killed, literally deliberately targeted, there was, some outrage with that. But in this case,
there was a little bit of outrage because most of the senators and members of Congress go to Jose Andres' restaurant.
They go to Jose Andres, right.
So they were like, "Oh, this is outrageous.
That's outrageous.
Well, Central Kitchen."
Yeah, but what do you? I get that there's bias where people want a quiet life, but when you're talking about Americans, yes, you would think that at least that, because Americans are very U.S. centric, yes, very American centric, but not here.
I guess Israel gets an exception on this, and this is why this whole America First nonsense that the right pushes. It's like, really? No, because you're literally gutting the First Amendment right now, yeah, in order to protect Israel. You are basically locking up students, disappearing them to gulags, undermining American free speech for a foreign state.